Hello everyone, it's Vector Action. Welcome back to another Transformers review and the final part of the Motorvators. This is Gripper, a Motorvator released by Hasbro in 1991, and he is yet again another European exclusive. Now originally he was not in fact a European exclusive, he was actually a Japanese exclusive taken from the Transformers toy line Transformers Victory. A Japanese exclusive which was based, Victory was one of the Japanese only series that we never got here in the UK or in the US. And it was released by Takara in 1989, and this was one of the Brainmasters, and originally they could combine to form Road Caesar. Now for the European release they changed things up a bit. Originally the gimmick was the Brainmaster gimmick, but now they just have Energon minifigures, and they lacked the combination parts to form Road Caesar in the European release. So this is the European release. Originally this one, I believe it was blacker. I'm not entirely sure what the Japanese Victory Brainmaster's name was for this figure here, before he was recoloured as Gripper. This is the redeco of him as the European exclusive Motorvator Gripper. I can't remember the Japanese name, I think it was blacker, don't quote me on that. But either way, originally this section here was red, and I believe the cockpit was a different colour as well. But either way, I know the part that's orange here was definitely red on the original, and it came with a gun that would form Road Caesar's weapon. Whereas this version just comes with the sword. Now I do have the instructions for this one as well. I have the instructions for two of them. I believe it was Light Speed and Gripper. So let's have a look at that right now. It's a lot different to the earlier instructions. There's no more words. Probably gets European exclusive. Now interestingly enough, this one actually has two different styles of the robot mode. The one shown in the box in the transformation, the start, change, finish, it's different to the one in the instructions, and we'll get to that in a moment. Either way, I can't remember what this is. This is some sort of like assault buggy, I think is the term they use in this vehicle mode. I'm not entirely sure. Either way, it's some sort of off-road vehicle, and it's got these rubber tyres. Now, there's things to look out for, and this one is a perfect example. The rubber tyres do split over time. They do crack and break on, and they do crack and they do degrade over time. And this one is actually, 3 of the tyres on this one are starting to split, and I've just happened to look at the one that isn't split. Just trying to see if I can get it on camera. Hold on a second, I thought these tyres were splitting. Maybe it was that one. I'm not entirely sure now. I thought 3 of the tyres were splitting. Either way, this one's definitely splitting, as you can see there. It's starting to come away. So that's something to be careful with. Of course, it's rubber tyres, they degrade over time. So that, unfortunately, these are commonly missing the tyres. Right, it's a fantastic vehicle mode. I really like it. We've got this nice chromed engine at the back here. Again, this was one of the Brainmasters from Transformers Victory. It's got these weird like fins on the side, which are pretty cool. I quite like that. But you can fold these away. It shows them like that in the instructions, shows them out on the instructions. Now for the weapon, it doesn't actually show it in the instructions, I don't think, but there is an attack mode for these, and there was when they were part of Road Caesar, when they were the Brainmasters even, when they combined to form Road Caesar, which this version no longer can do, and there's not really much, well, we don't really know why that is. But just like the European release of the Constructicons, just like the 1992 Constructicons, the 1991 Motorvators now lacked the combination parts. It's an interesting decision by Hasbro UK, that's for sure. No, it doesn't actually show it on the instructions, but there is a way to attach the weapon to the vehicle mode, as you can see. It's not shown on here. And it probably wasn't shown on the other ones either. It's weird how we've just got the red, the black and red for the black, red and white instead of the blue. I guess that's the same colour they use in the instructions. It's weird how the logo is missing the blue though. It's the only time I've ever seen the logo like that. But either way, there is a port there, and there's a post. You can attach it like that. I've seen it like this, and I've seen it like this. I'm not entirely sure which one's correct, because it's not shown in the instructions or on the box. Probably is on the Japanese version. Either way, this one you can attach the weapon like that, and it's probably a more successful attack mode than the rest. And I really like this vehicle mode, it's really cool. Got some nice chrome there, Autobot insignia, another Autobot symbol there. Really nice chrome like engine. Got these nice off-road tyres, but again, unfortunately because they're rubber, they tend to fall apart. And it's a very nice vehicle mode. It's a very sleek vehicle mode. Looks really cool. Really like these parts coming off the side. Now, if you open the cockpit, this nice translucent blue cockpit, we have the Energon minifigure, which again, for the Japanese release, this was the Brainmaster. You can't really get him out. He's in there quite... yeah. He's quite in there. Here he is. And very much like the Headmasters. He's got moving arms. He's got a painted face. And it's almost like a Powermaster there with the engine. Sort of a combination of both. But it has a different gimmick, which we'll come on to in a moment. As you can see, it's pretty cool. But yeah, for the Japanese release, for the European release, which is this one, it was just called an Energon minifigure. So that's interesting. And somehow these guys are supposed to fight Overlord, which I'm not quite sure how. Apart from, I guess, these are like super fast cars. With this Energon minifigure at their disposal, I guess that gives them more power. I'm not entirely sure. That's what the back of the box suggests. There it is. It's a pretty nice vehicle mode. Right, so the transformer, what we're going to do is we're going to take the back here. Jesus Christ. It's quite tight. Hang on 1 second. There we go. And you've got to be careful not to scratch the cockpit, I guess, because it kind of rests up against it. And there it is. There's the, I like to do this, I like to show us the copyright, the stamps. There it is. So we've got 1989 Hasbro, which would have been the year the Victory released to this guy. As Blacker, whatever his name was. Right then, I think this transmission is a bit more simple than the others. What you do with the legs, just extend them like that, and you can split them, and then you can bring out the arms. And that is Gripper in robot mode. However, on the back of the box, it shows a different robot mode. And that is these arms. These arms are out to the side. I can't remember how you do it now. Yeah, I can't remember how you do this. Oh, there we go. It's like that. And on the back of the box, it shows that, which is actually how you combine the Form Road Caesar. I think it's like that. Let's have a look quickly. Sorry guys, just give me 1 second. I just want to look at a picture so I can show you the back of the box for Gripper. Okay, this is the best picture I can find at the moment, but as you can see there, it does show the arms out. Like that. Yep, that's the way, oh no, that's the way I had it before. That's not the best picture. I don't think I'm going to find the picture of it though. Oh, here we go. Found it. There we go. As you can see that, it shows that on the box, which is very interesting. And that's how he is. That's the mode you have to get him in to combine him. Yeah, that's the mode you try. That's how he is when you combine them to form Mode Caesar. So that's very interesting that the box shows this. And it does give him a different look to the Japanese version, to the original version of this figure from Victory. Because that does actually show his arms the way they were before I did this. By the way, let's just show that. So there we have it. That's the other mode. And it's quite interesting, but he's got these really long arms. And again, this is how he's supposed to be when you combine them to form Mode Caesar, with the arms out like that. can't remember about the legs. I think the legs are not like this, I'm not sure. Right. Now what you do is you bring down this lift section, and we're going to insert the Energon minifigure, or the Brainmaster as it was originally called. And now watch this. As we bring up the lift, it reveals the faceplate. Click it into place like that, and there you have Gripper in robot mode. But for the sake of this review, I'm going to bring it back to how it was before. I don't think those parts are meant to be out. I'm not entirely sure. No, those parts are meant to be tucked away. And he's got some very strange legs, but they're not as annoying as the other guy's legs. I say that. They are quite annoying. And that is Gripper in robot mode. As for the robot mode, it's not very, well, by today's standards it's not great, but it looks extremely cool. The only articulation you're going to get is at the arms, and well, they're even more posable if you go with if you have them in the configuration I showed just now, with them spread out. And the legs do come out to the side, so you can kick someone to the side, I suppose. It's a bit strange, but yeah, these legs are a bit like that. They've got some weird legs, these Motorvators, and if you mess around with them, I found out that they get a bit of a pain, so I'm not going to mess around too much. Nice stickers. I really like the head sculpt, and it's got a fantastic gimmick with the Brainmaster gimmick. And there he is with his weapon. That is Motorvator Gripper. Now I am going to do a collection video on all 3 Motorvators, but I do have the other 2 here. So we're now going to bring them in. So here's Flame and Lightspeed with Gripper. I believe Gripper's the leader, I'm not entirely sure, but it's the Japanese release. And there you have it. Those are the Motorvators. There's all 3 of them there. There's all 3 Motorvators together. They look absolutely fantastic. These look phenomenal on your shelf. They've just got a really cool look to them. I really like these guys. You might not have much articulation, but they look absolutely fantastic. Anyway, right, it's been Retroaction. I love this. One of my favourite of the Autobot subgroups. One of my favourite European exclusives as well. The teams. This guy's face a bit strange. But they look phenomenal on the shelf. Definitely worth picking up, though these are definitely harder to find because they were European exclusives. These are definitely much rarer. And so, well, these are rare, and so are the original Japanese releases. So you're going to have a hard time finding these guys, but it's definitely worth it. Right, anyway, this Retroaction. Finally completed the Motorvators video. And they look phenomenal together. They look really cool. And they all have they have a really cool gimmick. And you can combine these weapons with Road Caesar, but there's not much point. And you can combine these, but you're not going to get very far. A bit like the Rescue Force. Right, anyway, this Retroaction. I definitely recommend picking this figure up, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.